Alright, we're gonna check out this video right here, by the way, by Kinso, why I quit Classic WoW for retail in 2025. Now, to me, this video is kind of additionally relevant, because, like, I'm never quitting any game, but I do play every single version of WoW, and in 3 days from now, well, it's already out when you see this, but in 3 days from now, we are getting the Midnight Alpha, which I might get invited into. And in 1.5 weeks from now, we have the whole Legion remix thing happening. So I'm going to play some retail, absolutely. Probably going to play a lot of retail as well, and very little classic until the TBC pre-patch. So for me, I love every single version of WoW, but I'm never quitting, but people think I do. Like, when I played the War Within from Classic, people thought I had quit Classic forever. And same thing for the War Within, when I played Classic for a while, people are like, oh, you quit retail now, damn, dude. I never quit. I keep jumping back and forth and playing what I want to based on where the updates are, where the fun is. And I think that's a good way to play WoW, by the way. Like, if you're a WoW enjoyer right now, you are feasting. If you're a Classic Plus enjoyer, it's kinda sad at times. But for anybody who enjoys World of Warcraft as a whole, we have TBC pre-patch coming up, TBC Classic coming up, an anniversary, Phase 6 coming up. We also have Legion Remix, Midnight Alpha, Midnight Beta, Midnight Launch. All of these things that I just listed, by the way, is in the next half year. It's gonna be an extremely packed half year if you're just a regular World of Warcraft enjoyer, but let's check out the video.
In 2025, World of Warcraft is thriving more than ever.
I also realized that he's in the bottom left corner, so maybe I'll try to be in the top corner instead of the bottom, so you can see both me and him in this case. Let me see. This one should be alright, right? Yeah, perfect.
And I've been playing that game since launch, since 24.
Let me see here. Am I going to play the Bronzebeard server? I'm gonna watch the video after this one, by the way, Oppie. I've only seen like 5 minutes of it, so I'm going to watch the whole thing after this one right here.
A turtle
So,
made
we'll see.
it to the water.
Also, thank you for the follow over here on Kick, by the way. I really do appreciate it, thank you. You made it right in time for a brand new video reaction. 90% of what they showed in the trailer is just stuff from the normal Ascension wildcard servers? Really? No, man, no way.
And I gotta be very honest with you, I do not care what a lot of YouTubers are saying, but I think we're living in the best times for World of Warcraft. It's amazing.
That is exactly what I just said, right? Yeah. Like, we have 6 or 7 things to look forward to. Let me try to count, because I just like listed everything. So, Phase 6 anniversary. TBC pre-patch anniversary. TBC Classic anniversary. Midnight Alpha, retail. Legion Remix, retail, 5. Midnight Beta, retail, 6. Midnight Launch, 7, retail. If we count Mists of Pandaria, we're also probably gonna get Throne of Thunder in the next half year as well. In which case there's 8 big things to look forward to in Classic at the moment. Not Classic, in World of Warcraft as a whole. It's an extremely packed half year if you play every version. But the thing is, not everyone plays every single version, right?
Yes, we do have a lot of versions. This is true. It's an overload, to be honest.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, this offers a diversification for more kind of people, for like different players who enjoy the game on a different way. So there are, of course, the retail enjoyers, the classic enjoyers, the hardcore enjoyers. You have the Mob Classic, the progressive classic enjoyers. Now bringing back Legion Remix, I think that's a great thing. And of course, along this way, having different versions and try to not satisfy just one player base, but to feed a little different player bases. Of course, you will have directions that are dying, right? We are looking at SOD. Blizzard officially stopped progressing in SOD.
Yeah.
For me, that's okay, because it was a season. It was something seasonal, and seasonal things end. So in my...
To me as well, that's okay, because it was seasonal, but I just really wish it wasn't seasonal, and we need to stop with the whole seasonal content, especially in Classic. People in Classic like progressing, and also just the permanence. Classic is a massive time investment, so feeling like that time is valuable for a long time is a huge part of it.
My opinion, that's okay, and that was something predictable. I really enjoyed SOD. I think it was an epic start when it launched. I think there was a lot of new things that we were hoping for. The rune system, I think it was great at that point. The new content, the raids that turned out to be dungeons, the level cap. So there was a lot going on with the game that is basically still the same. But see, taking a great game and doing some little tweaks on it already sparks new motivation to go after. But still, yes, there are a lot of versions right now. And Blizzard is debating to merge, or Blizzard actually announced to merge now the Progressive Classic servers, which is, in my opinion, a great idea. If you're having analysis of the realms, I think it's a great idea to put them together so they're not dying at once, but you're having like more people populated. That's cool for me. But something I realized along this way, I was always the classic connoisseur. I was always on Team Classic. I will never play retail. Retail is too flashy, retail is for kids, retail is ADHD, so on and so forth. But recently, I got bored of Classic. It's not just that I got bored of Classic and I am pumping and huffing that copium for Classic Plus. It's just that I also felt that by now I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to back in the day. Not just because it was nostalgia and so on. I'm not the same person that I was 20 years ago. I mean, obviously, right? I'm 29 by now. I was 9 years when I started playing WoW back in the day. My life was completely different. My perception was different. How I receive content, how I receive games, how I view things. That's one of the points. Another point is that it was repetitive at times. So repeating it all over and all over and all over again, doing Molten Core like 500, 600, 700 times. I lost the count, to be honest. Doing Nax 400, 500 times. It was just repetitive and it did not spark the dopamine in me. It did not spark the curiosity that I was having back in the day. All right, but put that aside. One thing that was crucial for me to realize is that I'm not having the time anymore. See, there is one thing that I was criticizing about retail. It is that I was thinking that retail is not social enough and that an MMORPG has to be social. Like you have to meet up with your people, you have to communicate, you have to do plans, you have to join a guild. But here's the problem. I don't have time for that anymore. I don't have time to sit down, join a guild, have guild drama, have people preparing stuff with me, sitting down every night, doing plans, respeccing, and making schedules. That's just not... I don't have the time for this anymore. I'm not 15 anymore. I'm 29. I'm having a job. I'm married. I'm trying to do content. So I'm having 2 hours, 3 tops a day to play. I don't know. This is something that I realize it's just slow and sluggish, which is okay after you reach the end game, but still, it was, at the end of the day, it was rate logging for me. And as I said in the previous points, the spark went away, which is not a good indication because I don't want to move away from that game because it's one of my favorite games ever, besides of Counter-Strike. Like I have 2 favorite games, Counter-Strike and World of Warcraft, because they're both nostalgic and I was playing them for 20 years. Anyhow, they couldn't be more different, right? Anyhow, that's the problem that I realized that, okay, I need something to do in order to keep up with the game. So I thought, classic vanilla is kind of too slow, too sluggish, too social. What should I do? Progressive classic. I was thinking, I never hopped on progressive classic because I always was thinking, yeah, right, we'll reach retail level anyway. So we're at mob already. Having Warlords of Draenor kind of, first of all, I don't want to replay that pile of shit. I do not want to replay Warlords of Draenor. Period. I will not do that.
That is a fair argument, by the way, because even for me, I really, and I know that I'm in the minority here, and that's fine, I really enjoyed Warlords of Draenor, one of the best expansions ever, in my case, but that's also because of who I played with. I was in a guild with all of my real-life friends, well, not all, but like, all the ones that played WoW was in a guild back then, so we all played WoW together. We simply had a good time. We even had a LAN, like local, like we basically met up in real life for the launch, right? And we sat up all night playing the launch together and just had a blast. And to me, that was really cool. And I love the raids. So for anybody who raided back then, it was a really good experience. Like Hellfire Citadel, one of the best raids of all time. Blackrock Foundry was great. But even for me, as somebody who really loved the Warlords, I don't really want to play it again. I will say, if we end up going that route, I will, and I will try to have a good time. But for me, I think I would rather just keep those memories as memories. The more of those memories I can keep intact without tarnishing anything, the better. Because I really have, I really liked Warlords, and I have some good memories from that expansion, and I don't want to lose those. Don't want to tarnish anything. I want to remember Hellfire as a good raid, and if I do it again in Classic, I think I'll have a different experience. For better or worse, but also, I think, if we're going down that route, the raids have to get easier. And that will also tarnish my experience, because I remember the raids as being hard. Even for us, we cleared Hellfire Citadel Mythic as the top 300 guild in the world, I think, and we spent 200 plus wipes on the last boss. And Manoroth as well was a 300 almost wipe boss, like 200 as well plus-ish. So I don't think, like, if we're gonna go there in Classic, people are not going to progress that much. There is no way. People do Classic to get loot. And Warlords just isn't made that way. It's made for you to progress over, like, several days, several weeks, sometimes even months.
And on the other hand, I was feeling like we were going to reach retail anyway, so I don't know where it's going to be. Like, I don't want to spend some time in there. And the same with 20 years anniversary servers. I have some max levels on there as well. However, where is it going to? So we are playing TBC again. So we are playing Wrath again. So I did the unthinkable and I started playing retail. And boy, I gotta be honest, I had to force myself to sit down and play retail because I was pretty biased. And when I first joined, I'm not going to lie, it was a clusterfuck. What is a warband? Why do I have people sitting?
Yeah, like going from Classic to retail, it's a whole different game, by the way. And for anybody who's either in chat right now or watching this as a video, if I upload it as a video at some point, if you're going to go from Classic to retail, it's going to be a good time to do so in October, November, December, and the first half of January. And the reason why is that we have Legion Remix. It's a good way to segue yourself from Classic into retail by, first of all, replaying one of the best expansions of all time, but also, Legion Remix has half of the systems of retail. So instead of like getting everything at once, you get half. And then when you understand half, understanding the other half will be way easier as well. So for anybody who's ever trying to like try out retail at some point, play Legion Remix. I think that's the best move in that case.
In a bonfire on my starting screen. What are those graphics? Why are there so many different races? Wait a second. What does that spec mean? What is that talent tree? What is the warband? What is skywriting? So there was a lot of me to discover, and it was a clusterfuck at the beginning. So when I rejoined, I said, okay, I'm going to make a fresh character, and I played a little bit. But then I hopped back into my main, and I played through the latest expansions. I played through Dragonflight, I played through the War Within, so I'm kind of up to date by now. What I did is I just played that game like it was a normal RPG, right? I was playing through the campaigns. And by now, I gotta be very, very honest. It's fun. It's fun. Boy, it's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, it's overload. But honestly, I was thinking that I missed too much in order to catch up into that game. But
Is that the Heart Steed mount, by the way? Because if so, this might be the first video ever that I see of somebody using the Heart Steed mount. I feel like I never see anybody use that mount, bro.
I will never catch up. Like, nobody's going to catch up to be like one of the best players in that game. Like, I gotta accept the fact and I gotta embrace the confusion that was going alongside me starting retail again. And just had the curiosity to explore things, to find new things, and wow, that was awesome. That was awesome, and it's still awesome. I'm still farming new transmog, which I never did before, right? I'm still farming some achievements that I never knew about. I'm having different things to do, to go after, besides raid logging. And boy, oh boy, let's not talk about Mythic Plus. I never did that before, and I started doing some Mythic Plus. There's the sweat that I was missing. So I'm a Counter-Strike player, so I need some sweat, you know? It's amazing. It's amazing. I really, really enjoy it. I think it's good, and I can recommend playing retail even if you're a classic head. Give it a chance. And this is what I will be doing until we have a Classic Plus. I will not talk about Classic Plus in this video because it's obvious we will be receiving Classic Plus. We don't need the 20,000th video about Classic Plus.
Yo. I'm there. I'm there. That's me. Classic Plus could happen anytime now. Here's why. Classic WoW 2025. That's me. Hell yeah. Mom, I'm on TV.
Coming. We all know that by now. So retail is not my waiting room. Retail is my... Well, I would say retail is now my game until Classic Plus will release. I have a lot...
No, Bostrom, what do you say, bro? Clickbait guy made the video. Sorry, misspoke. Yeah, you made it, Dad. Congrats, thank you. You made it, can retire now, bro. Dude, I already am retired. Hell yeah, dude. I made it into one Asmongold video at some point. Not as a reaction, but I made it into the video. And ever since then, I have now been retired. Yeah. Just like, there was like small pixel of a Solheim video thumbnail in there. I mean, probably like 1 second of it, but still. That was my goal from the start. You're that famous Solheim guy.
Of things to do, and the beautiful thing about retail is everything that I do in there is permanent. So it's tied to my character that I'm having since 2004. It's the same guy. It looks a little different by now, but it's still the same guy. So that's why I'm hyped right now. I'm having new things to discover, to explore. It's beautiful, and I really, really can recommend it to all of you. So let me know down in the comments what you will be doing or what you are playing right now if you're still a classic head, if you're playing retail. If you're playing on a private server, let me know because, well, private servers, they're not doing very well right now. Anyways, guys, thank you for... Well, private servers, they're not doing very well right now. Anyways, guys, thank you.
I don't know about that one, dude. I think they're doing quite okay. What do you mean? That's what I'm wondering. I think he means with the lawsuit, yeah. Numbers-wise, I think they're doing really well, and community-wise as well, I think they're doing really well. I think he just means lawsuit-wise, yeah. It has to be. But lawsuit-wise, sure, yeah. Like, it is what it is.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.
Okay, that was a good video. Not so sure about the long, like, nothing happening at the end there. Wait, there's more. There's like a lot of like nothing, and then there's more. Unless it's just like, let me go back and play. Yeah, over here. He stopped the video here, and then there is 10, 25 seconds of nothing happening, and then there's something. Oh, okay. Never mind then. I guess that's the outro. Okay, either way though, good video by Kinso. Why he basically quit Classic WoW to play retail. And the way it sounds like, it's just like there's not that much happening in Classic right now and everyone is waiting for Classic Plus. Which, to be fair, I kind of am as well. But I'm going to enjoy Anniversary until then, and I'm going to keep enjoying, well, Anniversary and wait for TBC. I'm kind of hyped for TBC, man. I don't know about you guys.